Rise and crime, everybody. I'm Rachel Souza,
And I'm Michelle Chan.
and welcome to week 8.
Yes.
Eight. I am running on 1 hour of sleep, and boy, am I feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
All right.
I've got the tiny case this week, right?
Yes.
Anything this week? Just true crime-wise in your life?
I can't think of anything.
I've got something. So I was at Fairview Mall with my friend Allie, and we were just like shopping, doing what people do at malls, and we were in the food court, and we just see people running up the escalator, and we were like, whoa, what's happening? And me being curious as heck always, and being like, ooh, crime, you know? I was like, we were kind of like following them, trying to see what's happening, which is not good. Don't do that. That's so bad. We weren't like following them close. We were keeping a safe distance, and we were just trying to like hear what, because there was a bunch of people screaming. And like it was basically this one guy. He was like, "That guy has a gun. I know he has a gun." And the police were like, not the police, the mall security were like, "Did you see he has a gun?" He's like, "No, but I know he does." And we were just like, "Whoa, like crazy." And nobody ever saw any guns. This guy was just very convinced that other guy had a gun. And yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, weird. Okay, the tiny case. So, the tiny case I want to do this week is from Ryerson, which is where I go to school, and it takes place in my building, like the Image Arts building, so the film and photography building, which is really silly. So basically, this is in 2015. Police were called to Ryerson's campus, and had to
block off
a big part of campus because they found organs in the trash can outside of the Image Arts building.
Wait, sorry, when was this?
2015.
Oh my god.
So in 2015. Because they found organs outside of the Image Arts building, and everyone was obviously very freaked out because organs in a trash can. But when police got there to check it out, the organs looked too big to be human organs. So they discovered that they were cow organs. It got resolved because there was a photography student from Image Arts doing a photo shoot based on like organs, so they were actually just her props that she probably should have thought about disposing in a better place. So it was actually just a photography student's project in the trash, and everybody thought that there was like a dead body dismembered on Ryerson's campus, but it was just a project. And I just think that's really funny because I see weird props in our building all the time.
That's so strange. Organs.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense, like, you know, people's art projects and stuff, and
Sure.
yeah, no, I think it's completely normal, and I just think it's really funny that that's what it was. And I can just imagine, because of course, I think every campus does this, you get like security emails. I can just imagine getting that Ryerson security email being like, organs were found, but don't worry, they were cow organs from an art project.
That's funny.
Anyways, so I just thought that was silly. Okay, what's our big case this week? I don't even know what our big case is this week.
I told you yesterday.
Yesterday was not a time that we should have been discussing things. No, it was silly. Yesterday, Michelle was like, okay, tomorrow we're recording, and I was slightly intoxicated. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. And then I get here today, and she's like, yeah, where's your research? You're recording 2 of them. And I was like, no, we're just doing 1. And also, I don't remember what you even told me your case is. So it's just great.
All right, sounds good. We're doing the Montreal Massacre.
Ooh, French.
Yes. So, Marc Lepine. I think there's an accent that I didn't write down. I think it's Le Pen because he's French.
Okay.
But anyways, he was born Camille Rodrigue Lias Garby.
Wow, that's French.
Yes, I'm just gonna call him Marc. And he was born October 26, 1964 in Montreal, Quebec, to Rachad Lias Garby and Monique Le Pen. So he also had a younger sister named Nadia, who was born in 1967. So his father, Rashid, was a mutual fund salesman and was traveling the Caribbean at the time of his birth. And his mother, Monique, was a nurse. During this time, Monique discovered that Rashid was having an affair. And that's when,
And that's when ruh-roh, everything begins.
Pretty much. So Rashid was...
I mean, he wasn't even there for the own birth of his son.
I know, that's kind of messed up.
That's sad. Okay, wow. This is the weirdest connection I could ever make. My brain went instantly to that one Phineas and Ferb episode where Dr. Doofenshmirtz's parents didn't even show up for his own birth?
I remember that episode.
Anyways, sorry.
So, Rashid was a non-practicing Muslim, and Monique was a former Catholic nun. So, they did not raise Mark with a religion, but he was baptized when he was a kid.
Interesting. That's two very different.
Yes, very different. So, much of Mark's early life was spent in Costa Rica and Puerto Rico because of his father's work. But they returned to Montreal permanently in 1968.
So after the birth of the daughter?
Yes,
okay.
And before the stock market crashed, and then they lost a lot of assets because of that. So Rashid was described to be abusive towards his wife and kids, and extremely misogynistic. He believed that women were made to serve men. Ugh. And he made his wife be his personal secretary and would slap her when she typed something wrong.
Ooh, girl, it's just a typo.
Yeah, honestly. And he was also very abusive towards his kids, especially towards Mark. In 1970, Rashid hit Mark so hard that the marks were still visible on his face a week later.
The marks on Mark?
The marks on Mark.
No, that's not funny. I'm sorry, Mark. No, I'm not sorry. You're definitely going to be a killer or something.
Yeah, so, and that's when his mom decided it's time to go. So they divorced.
Good for her. Get out of abusive relationships.
After the divorce, Mark lived with his mom and his sister. Soon after, their home and possessions were all seized because Rashid stopped paying the mortgage and soon cut out all ties with his kids. Stopped paying child support, everything. Just ghosted them.
That's shitty.
Monique at this time returned to nursing and started taking courses to further her career. But because of that, she was really busy all the time. So her kids had to live with other families during the week and only saw her on the weekends.
Like, that sucks, but I also get her. Like, she's trying to do this to provide for them in the long run.
Yeah.
So,
it's just very sad.
It sucks, but it's what she needs to do to help her family, is what I'm getting.
I agree. So Mark was described as a quiet kid who got average to above average marks. So not spectacular, but he didn't really fit in with other kids, and he only had one friend.
I was going to say, oh my gosh, sad, but no, I have like one friend. I have like you. I'm kidding. To all my other friends, I have more than one friend.
They would always make fun of his Arab name. So at age 14, he legally changed it to Mark Lepine and like basically took his mother's last name because he claimed that he just hated his father. He was uncommunicative and had low self-esteem. One time, Nadia, his sister, humiliated him publicly, and that's when he fantasized about her death and was extremely happy when she was sent to a group home in 1981 because of her behavior and drug abuse.
Oh my gosh. So, wait, does it say like how she humiliated him?
Yeah, so she would just like make fun of him, be like, oh, you don't have a girlfriend, you know?
Oh my gosh. So she's just like, haha, my brother's single, and he's like, I want to kill you. Like,
yeah.
What? Oh. No, this is not good.
No, it is not. So Monique, the mom, wanted a good male role model for Mark, so she signed him up for Big Brother, not the TV show.
I was literally about to say, oh my gosh, Big Brother's always watching. No, okay, no. The program where you have like a
mentor.
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine you signed him up for a TV
for Big
show.
Brother.
Force him to interact with people because we're locked in a house.
This year, the big twist, we're throwing in a 13-year-old. On this season of Big Brother Canada.
Oh my god.
Children edition.
So funny. Okay. That'd be awful. That'd be a Lord of the Flies situation.
It really would.
Ugh. So, that was great. Big Brother was great for Mark until 1979, where his big brother, was detained on suspicion of molesting young boys.
Oh no!
But Mark and his big brother, they said that nothing ever happened. That's what they claimed.
Wowee, isn't that just the luck of the draw?
Mm-hmm. Mark, he owned an air rifle as a teenager, and he would often shoot pigeons with his friend.
Well, there's the killing of animals.
Yeah, I thought I needed to throw that in there.
You did, you really did. We're checking off a list here.
Exactly. He developed an interest in World War II and had admiration for Adolf Hitler.
No, 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 no. No Nazi supporters. Please stop it.
In 1981, so he's 17 here, he applied to join the Canadian Forces as an officer cadet, but was rejected during the interview process because they claimed that he had been, quote, interviewed, assessed, and determined to be unsuitable. That's what, end quote, that's what the Canadian Forces official statement said about him.
I can just imagine in that interview, they're like, so who's like your hero? Who like really pushed you to want to join the army? And he's just there like, Hitler. Like, no.
Whoa. I remember once in grade 10, we had to write the OSSLT, and it was just like, what's one moment in time you could go back to and why? Like, what? And I don't know why I wrote the Holocaust. That's like the worst thing to write.
Oh my gosh. Why would you do that?
I don't know, but so many other people also wrote the Holocaust because I talked to a bunch of people afterwards, and then we were all like, why?
Everyone panicked at once and was like, one moment in history, Holocaust. Like, I never got that question.
What happened?
The only OSSLT question I remember is, should homework be a thing? Defend your answer.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I was like, no, it shouldn't. Anyways.
But Mark claimed later on to his friends that he got rejected because he had difficulty accepting authority and was antisocial, which I could see. In 1982, the family moved to Saint Laurent for his mother's work. His mom was now like the director of nurses.
Oh,
so like she's high up there.
Good for her. Mm-hmm. You go.
This is when he lost contact with his high school friend soon after. Then this is when he began his 2-year pre-university course in pure sciences at Cégep de Saint Laurent.
Yes, because okay, so I was talking to this girl who used to be in a program who did like schooling in Quebec, and they like have a thing where you do 2 years before going to like college or university to like figure out what you want to do. I think it's really effective, so that's probably what that is, just explaining.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
So he failed 2 courses in the first semester, but he improved the next semester. During this time, he began to work at the hospital where his mother is, and he was described as nervous, hyperactive, and immature by his coworkers.
What was he doing at the hospital?
Probably just like
janitorial work?
Yeah, like cleaning and stuff. After a year at college, he switched into a different program, electronics technology. He started off well and was described as a model student. Then he inexplicably dropped in marks, then stopped showing up to class and failed to complete his diploma. So he was good for like most of that until the very end.
And then he was just like, nah, bro, I'm out.
Yeah, like it didn't say why.
Super weird.
Yeah, something must have happened. In 1986, he moved into his own apartment and applied to study engineering at École Polytechnique de Montréal.
Wow, that was really well said.
Thank you. I tried my best.
Wow, our French listeners are quaking. No, I'm kidding. Nobody listens to us because we don't speak French.
There's one guy that listened from France.
There you go. No, but this is Canadian French.
That's true.
It's different, right?
It is different.
Oh, man.
And he was admitted on the condition that he completes 2 compulsory courses. So he still needs to do those before he can actually be in the university. In 1987, he was fired from the hospital for aggressive behavior.
That's...
Yeah. This angered Mark so much that he wanted to commit a murderous rampage, then commit suicide. That is what the sentence said.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it did not take a lot to trigger him.
No. His friend said that he was unpredictable and would fly off the handle sometimes.
You know what's crazy about that? They fired him for being aggressive, and he was like, I'm not aggressive, and was super aggressive about it.
At this time, he wanted a girlfriend, but was not good with interacting with girls at all. Like, he would boss women around and show off his knowledge in front of them.
Wow. How to not pick up girls. There it is.
Yep. So he often talked to other men about how he hates feminists and women who traditionally have male jobs, stating that they should remain at home and care for their families.
Classic, I hate women because I can't get a woman.
I don't know, maybe he's like alluding to his mom because she wasn't there and like he wished she was. I don't know, that's speculation.
That's some psychological analysis.
Thanks, I try my best.
Because we're definitely qualified.
100% qualified.
Oh, yeah.
Mark applied to the engineering school again in 1989.
Can you say the name again?
Let me find it. Oh, École Polytechnique de Montréal.
Yes, I love it.
Yes. He applied again in 1989, but his application was denied because he did not complete the courses that he needed to. During the time before, he was doing other courses, but not the ones that he needed.
And then he still didn't do the ones he needed and still expected to get in.
Yes.
Love that.
In April of 1989, he met with the university admissions officer and complained about how women are taking over the job market for men, as one does when you get rejected.
Oh yeah, that's totally the truth.
Mm-hmm. Earlier in the year, Mark applied for a firearms acquisition certificate, and in mid-October, he got it.
Okay.
On November 21st, 1989, he bought a Ruger Mini 14 semi-automatic rifle. On December 6th, he walked into École Polytechnique de Montréal and entered a second-floor classroom where he separated the men and women and ordered the men to leave. There was about 50 men who left the room. And so no one took him seriously at first, but then he fired shots into the ceiling.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then he asked the remaining women if they knew why they were there. And they all said no. So then he replied with, he was, quote, fighting feminism, end quote.
Ew, this is the worst. This is the worst.
This is disgusting.
This is the worst one so far for me. This is the worst.
And when Natalie Provost, one of the students, said, quote, look, we're just women studying engineering, not necessarily feminists ready to march on the streets to shout we are against men, just students intent on leading a normal life, end quote. He replied with, quote, you're women, you're going to be engineers, you're all a bunch of feminists, I hate feminists, end quote. Then he shot the 9 women, and he killed 6 of them and injured 3.
No. Can I just applaud that girl's speech? This guy is literally has a gun to you, and she was able to pull together that speech. That is incredible, and also that is so incredibly sad.
Yes. Then he continued to the second floor corridor, and he wounded 3 students before his weapon failed and he had to reload his gun. Then he shot at a locked door and then failed to open it, and just shot at people along the corridor. And then he went down to the first floor cafeteria where there was about 100 people there.
Oh no.
They all dispersed when he shot a woman standing near the kitchens and wounded another. He went back up to the 3rd floor where he entered another classroom and told the 3 students giving a presentation to get out, and then shot and wounded Maurice Leclerc.
Wow, this is a lot. This is a long time.
Yeah, it went on for 20 minutes in total.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He fired on students in the front row and killed 2 women who were trying to escape. When he was reloading, Leclerc asked for help, and then he took out his hunting knife and stabbed her 3 times.
Oh, this guy's the worst. Oh no.
Yeah. In total, 14 women, 12 of whom were engineering students, 1 nursing student, and 1 university employee, were killed, and 4 men and 10 women were injured before Mark pointed the gun at himself and pulled the trigger.
That irks me so much. Like, what a pussy. Couldn't even face jail time. Couldn't even face his own actions.
I know. That's messed up. So, inside his pocket, they found a 3-page suicide letter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it contained a list of 19 Quebec women who Mark wanted to kill because he considered them feminists. And he talked about how, quote, the feminists had always enraged me. They want to keep the advantages of women while seizing for themselves those of men, end quote.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Disgusting. So the names of the 14 women who died are Genevieve Bergeron, Helen Colgan, Natalie Croteau, Barbara Degnaud, Anne-Marie Edward, Maud Havernick, Maurice Lagunière, Maurice Leclerc, Anne-Marie Lemay, Sonia Pelletier, Michelle Richard, Annie Saint Arnaud, Annie Turcotte, Barbara
Klutznik Widajewicz.
That was good.
Thank you.
That's what it is.
Please listen to those names and just remember these people because they were so innocent, just trying to get their degrees and work at university. And they were killed for absolutely no reason except being women, which is horrifying and disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. And in addition to all those people that he killed, there were suicides reported later because for the students who had witnessed the whole thing.
Yeah, because that weighs a whole lot on anybody.
For sure. Yeah. I just think that's the end of it, but I just think it's super, super terrible of him to claim that he, like, hates his father for whatever reason, and then is just like him in the way that he thinks about women.
That is so true.
That's so awful.
Like, if you hated him, wouldn't you want to be the complete opposite instead of following in his footsteps?
Yeah. Also, yeah, like, I don't know. Afterwards, they try to, like, figure out why, you know, he did all that, or, like, what kind of psychology is in his mind. Like, maybe he was, he had a personality disorder, is what I read from psychologists. Yeah. And his mom wondered if maybe he hated her because maybe he considered her a feminist, and...
His poor mom, because just from hearing that, she thinks it's her fault, and it's 100% not.
Yeah.
And, that breaks my heart.
It's really sad. And later on, his sister dies of an overdose.
Oh.
It's just tragedy for the whole family.
Wow, that's just, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how long is this? A short episode, we should probably talk a little more, but this is so sad, I don't even want to.
I know, it's really sad.
Can we just, like, abruptly change the subject? How did that happen? How do we do that?
I chose a rough case.
Okay, let's do what did we do last week? Did we do a high and low of the week?
No.
We didn't? I swear we did.
Oh, maybe we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Because I said it's like a camp thing.
Oh.
Your low and your high of your week.
That's true.
Okay, what's your low of the week?
Oh, okay. I'm back from Waterloo on the weekend, but then I have to go back to Waterloo, and then back again, and then back to Waterloo again within, like, 4 days.
Well,
that is my low.
That is low. That sucks.
Very low.
My low was probably how I'm feeling right now, because I am absolutely dead tired, and I have to go to work in literally 21 minutes. So that's my low. And what's your high of the week?
21 Pilot concert.
Oh, we are both going. And we are both excited. Yes, that will be my high of next week. Mm-hmm. My high of this week was either it's still my birthday. I think it's been 3 weeks of this podcast of being my birthday. It's still my birthday, so I had a birthday party again yesterday. I had 2 birthday parties. And it was a lot of fun, and I was so happy to have all my friends in one place, which is very nice. And my other high of the week is definitely going to 21 Pilots.
I'm so excited.
Doing so much online shopping. Thanks, tax returns.
Oh my god.
And tonight I think I'm gonna go see the movie Booksmart, which is very exciting.
Ooh, I saw Aladdin.
Oh, did you?
That was good.
You know he's from Markham?
I know.
Yes,
that's from Brother
crazy. Andre. My mom, she saw that and she goes, "Did you know him?" I was like, how? Just because someone's from Markham does not mean I know them. He's also 10 years older than me. Like, no.
Wait, how old is he?
I think he's like 27. That's not 10 years, but like close.
What's his name?
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Aladdin. I'm just
his name's Aladdin. No. I'm kidding.
Mina Massoud.
He's 27. Oh my gosh. Whoa. I knew that for some reason. I think I looked it up because I wanted to see how old he was.
That's crazy.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Was it really good?
It was good. It was good.
Yes, making Markham proud. Oh, the Raptors won.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was interesting. I care not about basketball at all.
Me neither. I wish I cared. That seems so exciting.
I really do wish I cared. Everybody seemed so excited. My dad is... Okay, I'm going to get hate for this. Please, nobody hate my family. My dad really wanted Toronto to lose.
Really?
Just because... Okay, so my dad doesn't like watching basketball, but he likes watching if Toronto's in it. And he
just to watch them lose?
No, just to, like, watch Toronto. But he's tired of watching basketball, so he just wants them to lose already so he doesn't have to keep watching. Weird mentality, I know.
That's so funny.
So silly. Everyone seemed really excited, so I assume it's exciting. Oh, I have one more high of the week. My mom, she does Zumba, because she's active like that. And she does, like, this Zumba class where they also, like, actually do, like, full choreographed dances. But, like, not really hard dances, just, like, easy Zumba type exercise dances. And today is her recital.
Ooh.
I know she's dancing in a show with other women, and it's very exciting.
That's so exciting. Are you going to see it?
No, she won't let me. She's
what?
like, it's too embarrassing. But I want to see it really badly.
No.
And she goes, I'll just dance tonight for you in the living room. I was like, it's not the same.
You need the experience of a stage.
I know, right? And she has all these like diamond jewelry, because they're dancing to 7 Rings, first of all, which is the silliest thing.
Yeah.
So she has all this like diamond jewelry. It's fake diamonds, please. This fake diamond jewelry on, and like, oh, it looks so silly. And it's so awesome that that's a thing that's happening. So that's my other high of the week.
That's super cute.
I told someone, I was like, take a video for me. I need to see it. So remember, if your art project is mistaken as a murder, don't take it to heart.
And if you're gonna join the Canadian forces, maybe don't say your idol is Adolf Hitler.
Peace out.
Bye.